am Colombian, but I grew up in Canada. I wanted to come back and live here as an adult as a fun experience for like a year or so, but we've been here almost 7 now. I didn't sign up to come here forever.
If you were to move back to Canada tomorrow, would you be able to afford it?
I mean, we could get there. I don't know if we'd survive a month without like the food bank.
I feel like everything in North America has gotten more expensive. Thinking of going back, suddenly it feels like a big leap.
Why is this question about moving back to Canada coming up now?
My financial situation kind of changed recently, then I feel like this desperation of like, oh, I need to go find something else.
I mean, I can understand it. When things get hard, sometimes you just want to say like, I want to go home.
Yeah.
I don't want my kids to have the same life that I had, where, you know, like I did a few things, but later found out it was all my grandparents. I don't want to be 70 and working.
As an adventure, but now they've been there almost 7 years and they are stuck. When they look at their finances, they realize they might not actually be able to afford to leave. That's because for years, they've been cycling through the same old pattern. Get into debt, pay it off, then get right back into debt. I'm looking at their conscious spending plan, which we call their CSP. If you want my help with your own CSP, you can join my money coaching program at iwt.com/moneycoaching. Let's take a look. Assets, $120,000. Investments, $153,000. Savings, $1,500. Keep in mind, they are a family of 5. Debt, $1,300. Total net worth, $273,000. Their fixed costs are 68%, a little bit high, but not super crazy. Investments, 14%. Savings, 0%. Guilt-free spending, 0%. Guilt-free spending, 17%. Okay, I'm noticing 0% on savings, which is the problem. No savings automatically limits your options, like the option to move back to Canada. I am curious for you, as you are hearing this, what is the time that you felt stuck because of money? Tell me in the comments, and please know that I read every single one. And now, let's meet Bradford and Lisa. Calling life in North America with rising prices. Okay, if you were to move back to Canada tomorrow, would you be able to afford it?
I mean, we could get there. I don't know if we'd survive a month without like the food bank or like something. I don't know.
That sounds like no to me.
No, because we would have to find new jobs, so we would have to start over from scratch.
How did you decide to move to Colombia?
I got surplused in my job and we had always talked about it. I'm a teacher. And so we were like, you know what, maybe this is the right time. At roughly the same time.
Lifestyle, 2 things that I found very interesting. The first, you called it a money hack, but then you said it now feels like a trap.
Yeah.
Can you tell me about that?
So yeah, when we came, we thought many people here that are expats, they live here cheaply and they're making dollars. And so they can live really well here because it is cheaper to live that way. For me, it feels more like a trap because I haven't been able to get traction here with any kind of jobs. If I work virtually, which I have been doing freelancing and all that, it's, you know, I have to hustle to find contracts and all that. And the jobs here that I have applied for or tried to get, because we are at odds. He'd be happy to stay here forever and I'm not.
Okay.
And then on the other side, I feel like everything in North America has gotten more expensive. Thinking of going back, suddenly it feels like a big leap to be like, oh, now we're used to paying this much and now we have to pay $2,000 more a month for rent, or we have to pay, you know, whatever, extra for food. And so I feel like I don't even know how to make that work, I guess.
Why is this question about moving back to Canada coming up now?
For me, it's because I haven't found anything here, like for me, like financially, like in terms of work, it just seems really hard for me to find traction here.
Just walk me through let's do yesterday's.
How about today, an hour ago?
I got called back for this job. The pay is $1,200. That's why it was fresh in my mind. And I said, I'm going to have to go back. And even if I have to leave you here, I will go. And then you can come later with the kids when the school year ends or when you finish your contract or whatever. But I may just have to leave.
It sounds like it's coming up very quickly. Am I reading that correctly?
Yeah, for sure.
Bradford, what is your response to that?
My response like today was literally, can we just not talk about that today? I think that was my exact words. Honestly, I'm scared about the idea of her leaving for a month, 2 months.
And 5,000.
Including
Oh, no. I mean, 924,000,
Wait,
including the mortgages.
why did you just give me 2 different numbers that are almost $1 million apart?
Because I don't count the mortgages.
Why? A mortgage is debt. It's literally debt.
I know.
What's happening right now? Why do you not count a mortgage as debt?
Because in her mind, we're going to make profit.
Is that true?
Yeah, because I wanted to sell the other house in next year.
I don't think you guys are on the same page with money. I can't even figure out what page anybody's on right now. Like, was it a good idea or not a good idea? It's very unclear. Do you have debt? Might be 105K, might be 824K. Don't know. Did one person agree? Not sure. It's all very confusing to me.
No, I don't think we have a plan because everything is up in the air. We either have some investments, but we don't know where to put it. We don't have an emergency fund. We had debt and we don't know what to pay off first.
So it's been really hard to set up a plan and really follow through. Sometimes Tony's like a roller coaster. Like sometimes he's like, that's a great idea. And then next week he's like, that's a terrible idea. So it makes me feel like, can we just set up a plan and just follow it through?
How long has this been an issue between the two of you that you don't see money the same way?
I think since we got married, we have a very hard start. My parents got divorced. So then I took care of my 3 brother siblings. So all of a sudden, like we had to grow up and just be like in survival mode for everybody. So then it was like from being just girlfriend, boyfriend to be like parents of my siblings. And I think that's where the problems start.
Okay. Tony, do you agree that you and Melissa have not been on the same page with money since you got together?
Yeah, I think that we kind of have not be like a married couple, I guess. Everybody was like on their property.
So Tony didn't want to buy another property, of course, because he doesn't like real estate investments that much. It stress him out. But I felt like if we were to sell that house, I didn't want to be just like without any property at all and 2 kids. And the rents were very expensive here in Florida. So then I was like, Tony, we're going to sell the house. I want another house. And he's like, no, we don't even. I feel like I'm in the roller coaster again, trying to see what he's going to say next.
Why do you feel that way?
Because we talked about this. And now he's saying he never wanted to buy it. But I feel like sometimes he doesn't say or set up a plan, so he doesn't get the blame. He's like, you decided that. So then he's like not taking the responsibility of, no, I said no, and then I said yes, and we're in this mess together.
Do you notice the cycle that you're in?
Yes.
What is it?
Make money, then pay off debt, and then figure another way of how to make money.
What about you, Melissa? What do you notice about the cycle that you're in?
Yes, big purchases, big expenses.
And like $280,000 is a lot of money to make, but where is it? Did it help you get ahead? Kind of, a little. You have this land, but like, what do I get? All this work, all this time, all this risk you took, like, where is it?
Yeah, I think.
One of the things you told me both today, you said you want a plan.
Yes.
Both of you said, we want a plan that we can follow through on. You've been married for 7 years. You never made a plan about money, right?
No.
So I don't think it's your kid that's distracting you. You all make a lot of money. You could hire a babysitter for an hour or two. There's a lot of ways to do it. 1,000, debt 419,000, and a net worth of 255,000. Their fixed costs are a staggering 83%. Savings just 1%, and guilt-free spending is at 9%. For a couple earning nearly $250,000 a year, most of their money. How'd you feel about that?
That felt amazing.
Yeah.
You know, we were in a 1-bedroom apartment. We were throwing everything we had at our debt, but then we were in a 1-bedroom apartment working from home, and we were itching to buy a house.
Why?
Because we wanted to start a family.
What does the two have to do with each other? I'm confused.
Well, I guess we wanted more space in order to raise our child.
Okay, so you're like, we got to buy a house. We're ready to start a family. We need more. All right, so you fix the windows. That costs what? 10 grand? How much?
55 grand.
Can you explain that? Am I out of touch, or is this? Oh, you have a 3,000 square foot house.
Yeah.
Almost all the windows were replaced. Yeah.
And did you finance that?
We did. Yep.
All right. I'm just trying to understand, like, did you have a conversation where you were like, hey, this is annoying, but it's going to cost $55,000 plus interest. How annoying is it?
You know, I remember having the meeting with the guy that sold us the windows or whatever, and he told us the number, and I'm pretty sure Ramit, that I was just like, it fits. Like, we can do the minimum payment.
Yeah, that's really tight.
That's literally just a basic emergency fund.
Your emergency fund wouldn't last you even a week.
I know. Yeah. I mean, it's meant to just do very, very minor things right now. The goal is to get a $40,000, $50,000 emergency fund once all of this stuff is paid down.
Yeah, I agree. But can I ask you something? Like,
At least it's going positive and not negative.
What about the behavioral part of it? Every time you have paid off your debt, you've gotten right back into debt. Why is it going to be any different this time?
It's going to be.
It has to be.
It has to be.
I hate to say it, but that was probably the least convincing answer I've ever heard. Like, I could be tracking myself into doom. Is it working? The answer surely is no. If I'm tracking myself into having less than a week's worth of an emergency fund, this is not working. I don't care if you know the price of freaking apples. You have no emergency fund. That's not working.